It's interesting because when we come into new positions, right, it's very telling what are our highest priorities. You just accepted this new position, right? And so you're going to come in. What are your top priorities? What are you looking at? We've talked about strategy here, but what do you assess when you're looking at that operating model, the existing strategy, the existing go-to-market strategy the organization has? What are your priorities that you look at?
The priority is to get out and talk to customers, existing customers, and really listen to them. What's working, what is not? How has their experience been? Would they consider continuing to buy from the company and why or why not? So I think really getting engaged directly in the market with customers immediately is a top priority. Then internally with the team, and not just the team that report into the CRO, but the entire organization, right? Talk to the marketing team, talking to operations, talking to delivery, talking to the product or solutions folks that are developing the new offerings, and really understand what they see, what they hear, and to some extent, why are they there working for the company, right? What makes them have joy when they wake up every morning? And then I think also talking to the board and really understanding from their lens where they see deficits or where they see great potential in the organization. So I think it's really very externally with customers, internally with all the other stakeholders, and then clearly making sure that you're aligned with the board and their sage advice. And I think if you do all of those and stay in touch, interestingly, I was asked in this interview process an interesting question. And the question was, if I had a choice between preparing for a C-suite meeting with a customer or actually being in the meeting with a customer, which would I prefer? And great question, because my answer was, well, you're not going to have a successful meeting with the customer if you don't do your planning. So they're both important. But being in front of the customer is where I get great joy. And of course, that was well received because it's their wallet, their mind you're trying to influence. It's their wallet you're hoping to attract a piece of. And really staying aligned with the customers is, I think, super important because they will tell you most, especially if they're an existing customer, they really want to be successful because they've made a choice to work with you, especially if it's a long-term contract. Or in the case of cloud or technology services businesses, often these are multi-year relationships that you build over time. And so I think customers will tell you the truth. They'll give you the good, they'll give you the not so good, and they'll give you areas for improvement. And if you hear things often enough, you can start to see patterns. And then the organization has the choice to make as to whether or not they adapt and respond to that. And not one data point. I think you need to see patterns in what you're hearing from customers. So yeah, that's every time I've taken a new role, that's where I've focused my energy, which is as much externally as you can, as well as listening internally to all of the stakeholders. The CRO organization has the privilege of representing the organization in the market. We're the ones that are talking to either prospects or customers. We're the one communicating a value proposition. We're the ones going through a negotiation. We're the ones who are caring for them from a customer experience perspective. And so staying grounded externally and really staying in front of the market and the customers, I think is the best way to be able to know when you have to adapt that growth deal we talked about earlier.